Soulwax are a Belgian electronic music production group who are centered around brothers David and Stephen De Whaley. I might pronounce that wrong. They released their first album in 1996 and have released 4 studio albums and 2 compilations. They've done quite a bit of remix work and they've released a remix album as well. They've also hosted DJ style shows called Radio Soulwax, and which they did under the name Too Many DJs. And these were done for live gigs and for radio sets. Hi, my name's Dan. So this is labelled on Wikipedia as a compilation album by Soulwax. I would call it a mashup album, really. And it's been done under the name Too Many DJs, but it's actually the production group Soulwax who've produced this. So it's basic. The basic idea here is grabbing stuff from different people's songs and putting them together. And the simplest kind of incarnation of that is to take the vocals from one track and put them to the backing of another. Now, I don't know if they have to find a cappella versions or if they've got any technology that's helping them take away the backing from one. But that's the kind of the core idea here. Apparently, there are 11 volumes of As Heard on Radio Soulwax, parts 1 to 11. This is the only one that was released as the album. I understand that the others can be found as unofficial releases. I've never tried that myself. So I have got a copy of this album. I encountered this through a flatmate, a housemate who loved it, and I have occasionally listened to it over the years. So I got a reasonable familiarity with it. And I find it to be rich and full. And it works in 2 particular ways, I would say. So first is obviously it is all other people's music just mashed up together. And the things that I tend to enjoy best on it are stuff that I recognise. So it's fairly good at using some well-known stuff, but it's got kind of a range of years and styles that it's taking stuff from. And the second one is that it's just got some really nice, cool, dancey beats and an overall infectious feel, and it's just nicely put together. So it's got this great feel to it. It keeps moving on, but it's not too jumpy that you feel kind of disoriented. It's just got enough to make it interesting, and actually is more complex than that simple description of one song to the tune of another. No, one set of vocals to another backing. Now, apparently there's 114 different elements used here. All of them have been cleared for use before it was released. And it's done as a continuum which morphs from one thing to another. And there's some quite clever ways that that's done at times, bringing little hints of what's to come. Slowing things down subtly, changing feels as we go through. I would guess it would work in a nightclub as a dance compilation. There's maybe a couple of bits that wouldn't work quite so well in there, but I think this is generally what it's meant to be. Is it's meant to be this kind of you dance to it. Not that I did because I'm not much of a dancer. So highlights I'm going to pull out. So we've got Where's Your Head At? With backing a piece of gun. We've got Dreadlock Holiday with some Destiny's Child, I think, over the top of it. There's 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. There's Shake Your Body by the Jacksons. Can never remember if it's Jacksons or the Jackson 5, with a reggae backing to it, which is just, it fits perfectly. It's just like, this sounds so weird. And then there's the last track, which is a monologue about different buttons on some technology. It's got a great, very English female voice saying these things, and there's some humour in there as well, and it's just nicely done. So the way that this works is so well is because their musical sensibilities are spot on. Basically, if you're replacing the backing for some singing with some other backing, then the chords that you've got in the new backing have to fit with the melody that's being sung. I mean, it's less important if you've got rapping, of course, which they do have at various points. But where they're singing, you've got to make sure that these two things fit together. It doesn't mean that it's the same chords as the backing, but it does work, and it does pretty much. I'm not sure I spotted any places where it didn't work. There was one point that, from the naming, I felt a little bit disappointed, which is that it names the names of the tracks names kind of the most high profile stuff that's being used at those points, and it's got 99 Luftballons by Nena is mentioned, and when I listened to that track, I could barely pick out any of the stuff from that track, which is that was a shame. I felt like it could have had more of that, but otherwise, no, it's good. It's clever, it's fun, it's nice, it's got a great feel and a great beat. Be aware that there is some adult content in here and some sweary words being used. So it's not safe for work, and it's not safe for kids under a certain age, I would guess. But I really like it. That's why it's got a good score from me. I'd love to know what you think of this album. I would say maybe it's the best mashup album I've ever heard. But what do you think? So please do let me know by leaving me a comment. There's a box down there. This is why God invented the comments box, so that people can leave comments for other people to read and for me to read. I do read the comments. I'm very interested in what people have to say. So that's it from me for now.
Tell me what you think about me. I buy my own diamonds and I buy my own rings. Only ring no Sally when I'm feeling lonely. When it's all over, please get up and leave. Question, tell me how you feel about this. Try to control me, boy, you get dismissed. Pay my own condo and I pay my own bills. Always 50-50 in relationships. It's you.